I would love to be in a place, and I may never get there, where I can help people. It's something that I never really cared to advertise. It got advertised. I still do it on one-on-one level almost daily. If children have the ability to ignore all odds and percentages, then maybe we can all learn from them. When you think about it, what other choice is there but to hope? We have two options, medically and emotionally, give up or fight like hell. Hard work, sacrifice, and focus will never show up in tests. If you worried about falling off the bike, you'd never get on. Winning is about heart, not just legs. It's got to be in the right place. I look forward to a time when lawyers aren't in the top 3 calls every day, and all you care about is how your kids are doing in school, or what the weather's like, and the great day you had with your family. If you ever get a second chance in life for something, you've got to go all the way. It's frustrating in the sense that I still think I could be competing at some sport at a fairly high level, which nobody cares about. Nobody wants to hear me say that. If you go to Wikipedia and you look at the Tour de France, there's this huge block in World War I with no winners. And there's another block in World War II. And then it seems like there's another World War. I wanted to win the Tour de France, and when I won it once, I wanted to do it again, and again, and again. It just kept going. So there wasn't another competitive environment. I'm not trying to justify myself, or say I'm not sorry, or not contrite. There was certainly a dishonesty there that I think is totally regrettable and inexcusable. The ringleading, the bully, not totally true. I don't think anybody else from my generation had federal agents standing at their door with a badge and a gun, saying, "You are going to answer my questions." I don't need a field of 1,000 people. Anybody can tell you that whoever needs help, I'm happy to help. I spent a long time trying to build up an organization, the Lance Armstrong Foundation, that changed its name to Livestrong after his confession, to help a lot of people. Cycling is so hard. The suffering is so intense that it's absolutely cleansing. The pain is so deep and strong that a curtain descends over your brain. Once, someone asked me what pleasure I took in riding for so long. Pleasure? I said. I don't understand the question. I didn't do it for the pleasure. I did it for the pain. I want to die at 100 years old with an American flag on my back and the Star of Texas on my helmet, after screaming down an alpine descent on a bicycle at 75 miles per hour. I got the 3 things I wanted. I did my job, I worked hard in the process, and I cherish the memories, and they're mine. Truth is, a triathlete won the Tour de France 7 times. That was my decision, so I have to be responsible for that. It was one of the biggest mistakes of my life, and I don't have a good reason for why I wanted to come back. I don't have a good reason for doing it all. Cancer doesn't care if you're Republican or Democrat. I figure the faster I pedal, the faster I can retire. I raced because I was paid to do a job, and I felt like I had to do the job. Number 2, I raced because I loved the process. I loved training, getting ready for the race. I loved all of that. And number 3, raced for my memories. Regardless of what somebody wants to give or take away, you can't take my memories. My mother told me, if you're going to get anywhere, you're going to have to do it yourself, because no one is going to do it for you. Pain is temporary. It may last a minute, or an hour, or a day, or a year, but eventually it will subside and something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it lasts forever. We have 2 options, medically and emotionally: give up or fight like hell. You know, once I was thinking of quitting when I was diagnosed with brain, lung, and testicular cancer all at the same time. But with the love and support of my friends and family, I got back on the bike and won the Tour de France 5 times in a row. But I'm sure you have a good reason to quit. For whatever reason, maybe it's because of my story, but people associate Livestrong with exercise and physical fitness, health, and lifestyle choices like that. I believe that the mind powers the body, and once the mind says we want to do it, then the body will follow. The ban doesn't have anything to do with Livestrong or my ability to work in the cancer community. Perhaps it speeds it up. I don't know the examples in Great Britain of athletes who have fallen. I know the examples in the United States, the Tiger Woods, the Michael Vicks, even the Bill Clintons, people who are still out there able to work. There comes a point in every man's life when he has to say, enough is enough. When I made the decision, when my teammates made that decision, when the whole peloton made that decision, it was a bad decision and an imperfect time, but it happened. I take nothing for granted. I now have only good days, or great days. Portland, Oregon won't build a mile of road without a mile of bike path. You can commute there, even with that weather, all the time. I guess if I looked at it from an athletic standpoint, I don't really need to win another tour. 7 tours for me was a dream. 6 broke the record, so that 8 doesn't really mean much. We all want to be forgiven. There's a lot of really bad people who want to be forgiven, but will never be forgiven. And I might be in that camp. Anything is possible. You can be told that you have a 90% chance, or a 50% chance, or a 1% chance, but you have to believe, and you have to fight. Anyone who imagines they can work alone winds up surrounded by nothing but rivals, without companions. The fact is, no one ascends alone. What matters is ultimately what collectively those people on the street, whether that's the cycling community, the cancer community, it matters what they think. It's tougher for me, but I don't think that's imperative to me starting a new movement, or revive an old movement, to help people. My actions and reactions, and the way I treated certain scenarios, were way out of line, so I deserved some punishment,